Today's episode is brought to you by Loadless Laundry.
Doing laundry stinks.
With Loadless, you can text to get your laundry picked up, washed, folded, and returned.
You can do random pickups or get on a reoccurring schedule.
Loadless operates on an affordable monthly subscription.
You can get $10 off your first wash by entering code ADULTBABY when you subscribe.
Check them out at GoLoadless.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, voted Long Island's best podcast by a bot farm in Russia. It's the Adult Baby Show.
I'm a sweet boy.
I'll let a girl suck any part of me. I mean, honestly.
It's just in my mouth, just...
Like, I'll try anything once.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Except getting to work on time.
You just ruined my day. Fuck your day.
Oh, let's get the feet involved.
It's not a nut. Maybe I shouldn't say that out loud with you.
Some people
Yeah.
are absolutely
Huh?
disgusted by me.
He ain't lying.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Adult Babies Podcast, episode 339. I am B.
I'm Chic.
I'm Ryan.
He's back.
He's back, baby.
How you doing?
I'm doing.
Feeling good? You're just telling us about a movie you watched.
Yeah, so
Mountain Head.
Mountainhead on HBO Max. I think it's an
By the way,
an HBO original.
Pat Dunn came in and did Pat's picks. Now Chick's starting off with
Alrighty,
a Chick's pick right away.
Bring him
He's like,
back.
And I didn't even listen to Pat's picks.
yeah, he's like, I'm going to take my territory back.
No, this isn't even a pick because
get it.
I don't know how I feel about the movie yet.
All right.
So, the problem I took is I don't ever really read reviews before it, and because I didn't hear of this movie at all, I kind of checked. Like I just did a quick little Rotten Tomatoes, and it got, if I remember correctly, it had good reviews from the actual film critics, and then like the people meter was like trash. But it had bad reviews.
What do you prefer? What do you think you agree with more?
The people.
When the people like it more than the critics?
I care more about the people.
Yeah, he's a man of the people.
But not even that. The film critics, I feel like they're like bougie critics who like overly.
Yeah.
And I find their scores to be further off from me than the other ones.
Yeah.
I tend to agree more with the people. Sometimes, not always.
You think they can get a little pretentious?
Yeah, that's a very good way to put it.
Yeah.
So, but
occasionally they line up.
They,
you know what I mean?
when they line up, that's like the ultimate. Like everybody thinks this is good.
Yeah.
I saw this movie.
I feel like when that happens, that's when I'm most likely to not like it.
Really?
When everybody
Really?
likes it, I'm always like, maybe because...
Well, that's not surprising.
I think because I get geared up, I'm like, oh, this is going to be great. And then my expectations is too high. It's like, everybody loves this movie. Like, I went at Sinners, I was like, eh.
Sinners.
Everybody, like,
I'm gonna
critics
watch that
like
tonight.
that. Critics liked it. The fans liked it. And
I
I'm like,
can't wait.
Sinners?
It's the new movie that takes place in, what is it? During this.
yeah.
It's vampires during like a specific
Well,
time
I mean,
period.
the vampires is a bit of a spoiler alert, but...
Is it?
Chick.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I knew that's vampires since the beginning, though. That's why I didn't know that was a spoiler.
Yeah.
God
Well, I
damn
mean, it just happens later in the film. But
Okay.
All right, so
it happens in the, what, the 40s maybe?
Isn't
I
it
don't
World
know.
War II, I thought, or something like
Yeah,
that?
post World War II, so maybe
Okay.
late 40s.
I've always
maybe.
been a fan of I really wanted that movie Aliens vs. Cowboys to be good. It was not. But like I like the idea of putting something weird into like old-timey stuff. Is that what this is?
Well, vampires have always been around in movies, like old
Yeah, no, but
times,
I mean like mix them with like with something else. Usually vampires are in a movie of their own.
Oh,
right?
I get what you're
Yeah.
saying.
Now what I'm
It's
picking
definitely
up,
it's a crossover. It's a
Okay, I
period
like the
piece. It's a
crossover.
period piece with vampires.
okay.
That it isn't immediately a vampire movie. So you know what I mean?
Yeah, that would have been
it-
cool to find out. when
Yeah,
you
it would
watched
have
the
been.
movie.
Yeah.
Honestly, I haven't even seen it, and I thought that was like known. So I'm sorry.
I don't remember if I knew going into it. I knew that there was a horror element to it that takes a while to get to, and then I don't remember if I knew it was vampires specifically.
So I'm going to be
but-
mad at the person who told me that, because now that I'm realizing that may be spoiler, I'm going to be, why the fuck did you tell me that?
Yeah, it might be obvious now. I guess it's out long enough, but you're going to see it. It's still in the movie theater, right?
I just saw that it popped up on Amazon, so I'll probably.
Oh, it's on Amazon now?
Yeah, I'm probably going to rent
Gee,
it.
they don't take long anymore, huh?
I think because
But you still have to buy it, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
it's not free.
Right, yeah.
I think it's usually 6 months from release. It shows up on streaming services.
I don't think it's been
Maybe not even
not
6
tons of
months.
movies in 6
Yeah, maybe
months,
3 months.
Yeah, it depends. All these different production companies, they make different deals.
I was gonna say there's probably tons of deals like
but
that.
it made a killing at the box office.
So my one manager hated it at work. My other one loved it. So most of the people I know who've seen it loved it.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I hated it. I just, like I said, everybody was like critics and fans were like,
hype is real as far as.
And I was like,
ruining
oh,
a
finally,
movie.
it's gonna be like. And then when I'm like, it was fine. You know what I mean? It was fine. We can talk about after you see it. We'll talk about it because me and Monique had a good conversation. Actually, I want to refilm one of our little podcasts that me and Monique were doing. We stopped doing it, but I want to.
Oh, the movie one?
Yeah, we haven't done one in a while, but that's a good movie to do it because there's a lot to talk about in that movie.
That's
one.
Even if
I'm
you don't
excited
like it.
to see that now. But yeah, so there's Mountainhead on HBO. I didn't know anything about it. It was shot. I was like, oh, this cast looks interesting. The guy did Succession, made it. So I'm like, all right, this should be pretty good. Said if nothing else, it should be well written and well acted.
Yeah.
And so it's basically about these 4 friends who are all like 4 of the top tech millionaires in the world.
Tech wizards.
Tech wizards. And basically they, because of some of their inventions, the world is now in like fucking chaos, and it's because of AI and people faking shit. So it's turning in real life, shit's happening, and presidents and all this shit is getting.
It's one of these. I think they call it 15 minutes in the future movies.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah,
That's what they consider like Black Mirror. It's all like it's stuff that's set in the future where technology doesn't exist, but it's right around the
We
corner.
can
Yeah.
see it. We
Yeah,
can
I
it's
got
like
you.
the stuff is like there.
It's like there but not there yet.
Yeah.
Okay, that's actually true. So they don't really delve too. I like the way they did it, but the 4 of them are basically in this getaway mansion, and just it's their interactions for this whole thing and their point of view of what's going on, and you could tell there's just utter chaos going on in the world, but they don't flash to any of it. You just see it through their phones on like social media. But it's supposed to be like this dark comedy, and I don't know. It got ripped in some of the reviews that I saw, but I enjoyed it.
Where is it playing? It's HBO.
HBO. So I thought it was interesting. I enjoyed the dialogue and the shit, like just because it's like these. I don't want to say out of touch, but like there's no empathy for what the effect of what they created, except like one guy, and then it turns into almost like a satire where it becomes almost like ridiculously funny what they're trying to do. And then, I don't know, but. It was good. Like, I enjoyed it, honestly. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. I think I do want to watch it again, though.
Wow. Okay.
Double watch.
Well, double watch because I honestly, I think I want to watch it again because I really don't know how I felt about it. Like, see if I missed something.
I saw the previews of that, I feel like, a while back, and I thought it was going to be a series. And I was like, oh, this looks good. I just like the cast. I like the way the visual element of it looked.
The cinematography of it.
That's it.
Yeah.
And, yeah, so I've been waiting for this. I haven't watched it yet.
I would be curious to hear what you guys think about it.
You would be curious. All
It
right.
should be this is homework. It's good.
I'll do it.
I'll come back and we'll talk about it.
I'll do it. I'm not going to do it this weekend. Got a lot going on, but I'll do it.
Me too.
Next week.
It's really a movie about the dialogue. You know, there's not much action. It's really just about these idiots. Well, not really idiots, but scumbags.
I've started to pull back using AI myself. I was like, I was using AI for silly stuff, and I mean, the picture. I want a new tattoo, and I was thinking like, I was thinking about this tattoo I want, and I'm like, I could pull up on AI, but I'm hearing how bad it is for the environment, like the energy that it takes to cool off the machines.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that they use for AI.
Yeah, I saw this one video with this people that live next to the Meta plant that's the data mining for Meta that's uses for their AI, and they show like their water pressure. People, and it's just dripping out of the house.
Really?
There's just a constant beam of light that comes through the window. They moved out to the country. They live in the middle of nowhere.
Why is there a beam of light?
Because the plant is just constantly.
AI's brain is thinking.
The plant is constantly
lit up,
working, and so there's lights over there.
Answering our dumb questions.
Are those? How many people are at those sites? Not a lot, right? Is it
Probably
just like
not.
a
I
machinery
feel like
that's
it's-
just kind of running on its own?
Probably, yeah. I mean, it's probably like most plants where you need a couple people
Just
in case
maintenance.
something happens,
Yeah.
and just checking on stuff and making sure stuff's.
Well, I've
working,
heard
but-
that if they went completely solar, that the amount of I guess, energy or whatever that they would take to run the solar is just as bad for the world, like the atmosphere, as if you didn't. I don't know.
Like sucking up the
materials that you use to make them and all. Like I don't know. It seemed a little ridiculous.
It's just it's not. I'm not like. It just seems like maybe AI shouldn't be a thing just for the environmental purposes of it. There's no turning. There's no turning.
It's only going to get worse.
I'm just.
You were the one that wanted to be nice to the AIs.
I still want to be nice to AI. That's a separate thing. I mean, if Syrians, but it's.
But you prefer to put them out of business.
I would love it. I would love, and I use AI. I don't not use AI at all anymore. Like for my photo editing, sometimes I use AI, but I was using it for really pretty ridiculous things.
Like what? You just because I don't use it that much.
I pull up ChatGPT. I want to see a picture. Make a picture of this. Like I was making pictures of you guys for goofy stuff. I made a backdrop for the other podcast I'm doing with ChatGPT.
So you're telling me I could start almost photoshopping things just through ChatGPT?
Yeah. You give it photos and you say, make this photo look like this.
I'm going to start using AI.
AI loses a customer and they gain another.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just I played with it a few times. Like I'll ask it some dumb questions. I'm like, I don't know. All right.
Yeah, you were doing that. You were talking to.
But that was character AI.
But that's still AI. That's the same thing.
Yeah.
It's so anytime it's generating stuff. I heard that if you ask AI a question, it takes a bottle. It's a bottle. That's the equivalent of a bottle of water. You might as well dump a bottle of water out.
Oh,
but
because it takes that to cool it.
Interesting.
What cool? What?
The machinery.
The jets?
You see how these cameras are working, and he needs to cool them for them to not overheat.
Yeah.
So
if you didn't cool those down, they would overheat. And crash.
It's like a big system somewhere. Is that what you're telling me?
Mm-hmm. And they use water to cool it.
What do you think the network? There has to be something powering all this. The network.
I don't think past my phone. I'm like, I don't know where it comes from.
But how do you think computers and...
I don't.
That's what you're saying. Fair enough. I can't even argue that.
I don't care. I got into it last night with one of these conspiracy theorist guys. He got me he just got me. He's a guy I know a little bit, but he starts telling me he's one of those guys that talks out of the side of his mouth.
Everything he says.
Everything's like a little bit of a.
Do I know?
A little bit of a secret.
But you might as well. I mean, you know that type of guy, right?
I got you.
And he's just, and I'm not like against this stuff. I'm open to hearing it, but everything was like, like he starts with the jab, and he's like, people
the jab.
Like
we're going back to jab.
We're going back to that. And usually I'm not like that, but I push back on everything.
Yeah.
He's like, you took the jab? I'm like, yeah. like it went. There was so much other stuff that I kept saying, I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care. Everybody But anyway, he starts with the jab. He's like, onto like how people were dying, right? I'm like, who? Nobody I know. I don't know. Maybe it happened to some people. Nobody I know. And he's like, did it? I'm like, who do you know? And he's like, people. There's never an answer.
I know.
Of course not.
And then he's like,
they've read online.
Right. Because nothing they got is solid proof, so they could just be like, no, it happened.
It's all talk. And I was just like, we're all like.
But I could also do the conspiracy thing. I don't know anybody personally that died of COVID either.
I do.
I don't know. I know people that say, "Oh, my aunt died."
Right.
I don't. But I don't know personally anybody who died of COVID. So I could be like, that's a conspiracy too. I don't know. I never heard anybody die of COVID.
There's just so much.
I never heard anybody die from the vaccine, but I also never heard anybody die from COVID.
As far as he knows, that whole thing was.
By the way, the jabs was one part. He got into like, Ukraine and all this stuff. He's like, there's stuff happening that you better have a good time tonight because I know stuff. I know a Marine here, and he's telling me this, and it's like. And then it's all the idea that there's all they're trying to eliminate people. There's so many rabbit holes. But he was also open.
That's called genocide.
He was also
there is going on.
He was also open to being like
going on forever.
He's like, I get it. Could be totally crazy. I know I probably sound crazy, but I'm like, yeah, but
sometimes you don't even get that. From
I was just gonna say.
I respected that. But he's like, I know. I'm just way into it, and I question everything.
I'm in too deep. I can't turn back now.
And I'm just my whole thing is like. I have enough crap to deal with. I can't worry. If the world is going to end tomorrow, All right. What am I going to sit
You're
here
not
and
gonna do
worry
anything to
about
stop it? Yeah.
I'm not going to stop it. All right. I'm not going to stop any. So I can't. Maybe I'm just a dumb rube. Maybe I'm a rube, okay, that just walks through life and doesn't know what's going on. But I wake up happy, all right? And I can't go nuts about what's... I have enough issues myself, all right? They just changed my medication. I think I'm going to have anaphylactic shock. I can't worry about what's going on in other
You got
countries.
enough to worry about.
Yeah.
But don't we all? But honestly, don't we all in some way?
Yeah.
You want to know what's funny?
It drives me nuts.
One of our
So that's why maybe I don't think too far about what happens in AI. How many water? I'm like, I got enough. All right, I can't pay my water bill. I don't. Whatever.
one of our mutual friends who I coach with now, from Croxley's, he asked me the other day, so how's B's cancer and everything? Is he doing
That's
all
all
right?
you dummy. This
So I started laughing, and I was like, "He's doing good, man." So it really
Yeah, but you
wasn't
couldn't
that
tell him it's
bad.
like-
That's why I was trying to be like, "Oh, he really thinks you went through it." I feel like I felt bad a little bit. I'm like, "That's completely my fault."
because you remember during that time.
Yeah.
My biggest problem was I was on a medication that was it was a pill, and I lost my hair and stuff.
yeah.
It was a big deal, right? Other than that, it was a typical. You go in and they cut it out with a scalpel, and you're home in half an hour.
Yeah.
And he
Made it like a...
to everybody. So people that don't talk to me often were like looking at me like, "Oh my God, B, he's dying over there." I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm dying
he
over
goes,
here.
"And B's good. He's good." I said, "Yeah, man, he's doing great."
Tell me he's not
As
good for
far
other
as
reasons.
everybody
You
thinks.
you do worry about your health, and not that issue, but you have
Not
other
that.
you have other things that you worry about.
My
so
kidney's working at 20%.
you just don't like these
that's
people.
my issue.
You don't like these people are asking the wrong questions. They should be asking questions about how's his kidneys.
Yeah, I mean, you're barking up the wrong tree.
I could make it. I could get you care for
No,
that.
I
too.
don't. I don't want anybody. I don't need your.
I just love how he's there asking me, "How's he doing?"
He loves
and I'm
this.
like, "Oh, he's good, man. He's great."
I don't like the what do you call it? I don't want to get sympathy from people.
Yeah,
Like,
especially for something you're not going through.
Of course. And then like there's people that really deal with stuff, and like it's like it's you shouldn't do that. But even like the kidney stuff, like if I wasn't on a podcast and do comedy, there'd be only a couple people that knew about that stuff.
Yeah,
You know, I just talk about it because I have nothing else.
get a mic. Yeah,
Because I have a mic.
But that's not a green light for you to go and be like, "Oh, he's kidney."
Kidney's going, guys. He needs a new kidney.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start a GoFundMe on Facebook for you.
Just do it for yourself, all right?
should do
I don't
it
need
for
it,
myself. I should do. How about I do it for you,
and I'll just
and
give you the
can
money.
just give me the money?
That would be easier than you just asking me every week.
if you could do a
gas money, whatever the
fundraiser,
hell you need.
if you could do a fundraiser right now, what would you pick the fundraiser for?
If it was for somebody else,
Yeah, like just because we talked briefly about doing a comedy, like putting together a comedy show, or
Yeah.
Croxley's, whatever.
Oh, speaking of that, before I forget, I'm getting a lot of people pissed that we didn't do it last year and ask. We have to set up.
I talked to the people at Croxley's.
That's
Yeah,
what
we're
I was
trying
gonna
to
ask you.
pick out a day if you want to do it there. but-
I talked to the manager over there
That's a good sign. I got to get back in the booth.
in the booth. Yeah, that's where all the comedy starts, in the booth.
That was a figure of speech. I meant I got to try
No,
and
I
wite
know.
something again
I
and
know.
get back on this.
Oh, is that what
the
he's talking
mics.
about? The
Yeah.
booth? I don't know.
It was a bad joke. Jesus Christ, fuck me.
I wasn't, Chris, I was trying to figure out, like, is that a saying, back in the booth? I don't
No,
understand.
we were just.
It's like a rapper's got to get in the booth.
Yeah.
You know, comics.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was terrible. I know.
But I was thinking, like, what if we made it a fundraiser? Then what would the fundraiser be for? So I was thinking about this earlier, about, putting a show together, but not that we should make it a fundraiser. But sometimes you get people to come out if it's a fundraiser. you know?
I have a
fundraisers
soft
are good.
spot. I would do autism now.
Autism.
Yeah.
Just for my special needs kids, like I see a lot of it now,
Yeah.
so that's probably what I would
a good one.
put it
That's-
towards.
yeah, it's
That's
not-
a good one.
But it is.
I've done
everybody
different
does it.
fundraiser for animals, and that's a hard sell. Like, because animals need fundraisers, but it's always like people
Really?
are like, all right, there's children. There's
Yeah.
there's children's hospitals that could use some money.
I mean, we could even do it for the thing that I coach. I don't know if they need money. but like a fundraiser for the special needs.
I'm not saying we should make it a fundraiser. That was just I was
I
curious
think we
if
can sell the room with our people.
I think I'm broke enough too, where it would be nice for us to make a little bit.
Yeah,
of money
we're not doing great. How about fundraise?
How about fundraise for Chic to get out of his fucking house?
Yeah, one show's gonna do it. You give it to the girl you're talking to, or whoever the hell you.
Oh, there we go.
Are you?
God knows where that money would go.
Is that a goal of yours?
Come on.
Like in the forefront
Can I
of your
tell
minds?
you what the goal is? The goal is to be able
To smoke enough pot tomorrow.
That's always the short time goal. No, the goal is to be self-sustained much more. So if I wanted to, it's something I can do.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care if I really don't have a bit. Like, my parents were gone for 2 weeks. They're gone for 3. Like, I'm pretty much home alone majority of the year.
Yeah,
it would be
it's a
nice to have your own place. I get it. I'm aware. But, like, I would wish that I was just financially better so I don't need to be. Like, that that I'm staying there more because it's just what I'd rather do right now than need to do.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
I feel like there's steps to take, though, you know? You don't want to take those steps, but I feel like we all could do better.
I'm not getting into my finances on this episode.
No, I know you're not.
I was just curious.
Oh,
I'm not worried about.
I
I wasn't asking about your finances, but if you have everybody's got goals. If one of your goals was like, I'd like to have.
Yeah,
a place
my goal is to be able to have.
Or if you're just like, yeah, I like saving money and smoking weed.
No, but I don't save money. So that's my goal is that I want to have money. Yeah, I would like to be able to do.
So the goal should be.
My goal would be I would like to have money where I could do things and not be broke doing them, or be self-sustainable, not have to need anybody, but I choose to live where I live.
Yeah.
So the goal should be like, let's keep that money where I'm not always needing it.
Yes,
And everybody, you know that.
Listen, I'm not ashamed. It is what it is. Anybody who
So
judges,
long
you
story
can go
short,
fuck
our comedy
yourself.
show money is going to us.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we're.
You know what? We haven't made shit off the last 2. I got no problem saying that. Fuck you people. We're charging more this year.
And we're not giving out T-shirts.
And I'm not giving out a fucking T-shirt.
Sell T-shirts.
We tried to last. We got killed. We wound up just giving most of them away.
Chick is such a nice guy that he's like, hey, you get a T-shirt though. It's always.
And what has it been in the past? Been like friends of the podcast? Like how many comics were on these lineups?
So we had, I think it was 8 maybe on each show,
usually 7 or
roughly.
8.
And it was me, B.
Too much.
We could do. I have no problem doing
We
less.
could do less.
I wasn't necessarily 8, but
it was.
But it was people who were on the show,
though,
but being that we don't have as many guests, I'd rather just put out a good fucking show. I can care less if you've been on it or not.
Yeah. All right.
It's always gone well. We always sell it.
Every one of them people loved, and that's why they're mad that we like. My friends look forward to it at least once a year. They want to night out.
Yeah, they don't look forward to showing up this year. They're going to throw tomatoes at me.
No, they won't. They won't.
Yeah. We'll have you up first.
So, one year it was us
throw
3.
red hats
I mean, it was us 2, and Chris did his. Chris' set was probably the worst that year. He goes, and this is why I stopped doing comedy at the end.
That's the other thing. So, like, we had a couple people that just did, like, 5 minutes. I think Chick did... What? How much?
I did 5, like maybe 3 or 4.
3 or 4.
So were you thinking about hosting again?
That's what I do. I want to host, and I do a few minutes in the front.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's so you can get,
Yeah.
But yeah, I've definitely talked to them, and we have to figure out.
Rooney closed our last one, right?
Rooney closed the last one.
and he fucking crushed.
Great.
That was actually he did really well that show.
It's good
Not
comedy.
that he ever does bad, but I would like to have good comics, like no more.
That would be the.
Not that the people
That
who
would
were
be
on
nice.
it weren't, but I want to make sure that every comic is good.
Yeah, me too.
That's
Did you ride your bike here?
No, why?
No,
I know
because your
these
pants are
socks.
tucked into
I'm
your
sorry.
socks.
It's these pants.
I didn't even notice that.
Those pants are cuffed.
And they're still tucked in.
Whatever. Deal with it.
They're so tight that they don't go much further than the sock.
No,
Do you have your segment ready? Did you have something else you want to talk about? But you had your segment last week.
We could do that. We could do that.
didn't
You know
get
what?
to.
I realized
Did you want to talk about something else? Did you have your segment?
I don't want to steamroll,
I
but
know.
last week we didn't get to it, and I wanted to make
That's
sure
all
to
right.
bring
That's
it
all
up.
right. Yeah, this thing I already see is going by the wayside. All right, but here's the thing. I meant to write it down today, but I was running a little late. Should have wrote it down last week, right? But I wasn't sure where we where I left off, but I
Okay.
don't think
we can
I did.
put it off next week if you'd rather be more prepared for it.
No, it's fine. It doesn't matter. I
didn't realize you were ill prepared. I thought you had something you wanted to do.
No, it's fine. But I'll tell you this. I went to I was in New Jersey a couple weeks ago, bachelor party. We went to 2 New Jersey staples, food staples. The first one was called Rutt's Hut. Have you ever heard of Rutt's Hut?
I haven't. No.
All right.
It's by
You
Rutgers.
ever heard of Rutt's Hut?
Sounds awful.
No, it's in I don't know the town, but it's in I don't know. It's in a
Yeah, I'm
town.
not on any place with the word gut in it. I feel like, but
Rut.
yeah, but Rut's guts.
Rutt's
Said
Hut.
Rutt's
Oh,
Hut.
Rut's Huts. I think
Rut's
you're saying
Hut.
Rut's
Rut's
guts.
Rutt's
Guts.
Hut. It's a hut. I saw this on the Food Channel a few years ago.
Who was there?
Who was there?
Who
Guy
went there?
Fieri.
Guy Fieri.
I hate that guy.
So authentic. You said
That guy's good.
He's the one with the
I
frosty
know,
tips.
but he's a good guy. I think he's a good guy.
I don't know him personally. I just think
He does
sucks.
a lot. He does a lot for restaurants and small businesses.
Good for him.
He did during the pandemic. You like donated tons of money for restaurant workers and
he's
stuff.
sort of like a clown-looking guy, and he's sort of a joke.
David Portnoy does a lot for people. He's still a piece of shit.
He does, but I think, I think Guy does a lot of good stuff for
Fair
people.
enough.
I just get that vibe from him. But anyway, there was a few people there. It was one of those things where you walk in and they have like 7 years in a row the best hot dog, but then
Felt like it was a hot dog place. You hadn't said hot dog yet, and
Yes,
I was
it's a hot
picturing
dog
a hot
place.
dog place just by the
it's
name
a hot
of it.
dog way.
Really? That's what you got from Rutt's Hut?
Yeah,
Rutt's
I didn't
Hut.
think hot dogs at all. I didn't know what to think.
maybe I knew it. Maybe I've heard that in the back. And
You might have seen it. It's a fairly famous
Yeah.
place.
The first thing that came to my mind was the Utz chips.
No, not Utz Hut.
I know what you said.
Rutt's
It's
Hut.
just the first thing that popped into my mind like an idiot.
So it's one of those things. You ever go to a place and they're like, best hot dog, best whatever, 2020, 21, 22, 23, 20. And they skip a year.
yeah, yeah.
And it's like,
Yeah,
what happened in
Yeah.
2022,
Yeah.
whatever it was?
Well, you see that with this Bethpage thing.
Yeah,
It's-
you do.
sometimes you'll see a sign up
Yeah,
and it skips
and
a
there's a
year
missing.
or whatever.
And it's like,
Or it went 3 years, but the 3 years were 3 years ago. And I'm like, so wait, you just fell off? I'm like, I think you got to take that down. If
You
it's not
do,
last
right?
year, it's like, it's irrelevant.
There should be a time, like, you should have to take it down after a
Right,
year.
you should. So it was one of those. They had all the voted #1 hot dog, and basically they do. It's a style of hot dog from New Jersey called the Ripper, where they like deep fry a hot dog. You've never heard of this, and you run a Jets podcast. Interesting, because at MetLife Stadium, as you know, they serve Rippers, and they're basically a deep fried hot dog. Which
Good.
you
Maybe
wouldn't
they kill all the Jet fans.
you wouldn't notice. It's not like you wouldn't notice. If you gave it to me now, I wouldn't say, "Oh, it's deep fried." It doesn't feel that way.
Okay.
But it's very
Just cooked in a fryer.
yeah. It's cooked in a fryer, and
It's not
kinda-
breaded and then deep
No,
fried.
no, nothing like
Yeah.
that. No,
That would be fucking
isn't it?
gross.
Because when frying,
Yeah,
I
you're right.
think
corn dog.
It is,
Corn
I
dog
don't
would
like
be
corn
good.
dogs.
you don't.
No.
Wow.
That's an odd.
Breaking news on the
All right.
podcast.
See, you look like a corn dog guy. You look
I
like
do.
somebody
I
that's
thought I would be a corn dog guy, and the first time I tried it, I was like,
not
not
for
a
you.
fan.
I don't think I
Yeah.
ever had one, but
But then again, he dips his bagels in like
chocolate.
hot
chocolate
chocolate.
milk. So
Chocolate
Regular
milk.
cold milk.
So yeah, so basically that's their thing. It's a famous Jersey staple.
Okay.
You get that, and they have like one of the guys there, a friend of the podcast, Nick Tellelli, was out there with us, and he ordered a cheeseburger, and the guy goes, "Your first time here?
Yeah.
Nah, you're getting a hot dog."
Really?
Yeah,
That's hilarious.
Which I thought was like, oh, this is a fun Jersey move.
Yeah.
And then yeah, so we all got these hot dogs.
What did Nick say? Like, okay, I'll take
He's
a
like,
hot.
all right, what the fuck am I gonna say? So we
I
get
mean,
these
some
hot
people
dogs.
just don't like hot dogs.
I was
What are you
just
gonna
gonna
do?
say.
Yeah.
That's why it was like an odd. He's like, this guy's very.
He's confident
Pro
in
his
his
hot
hot dog.
And listen, when you win every year except 2022, it's
Oh, we'll give it. Yeah.
and it was really. I've had the Rippers before. They were good, but does it pass the test? Nah,
Not with the hype.
No, I thought it was really good. I would definitely, if I lived close, I would have it again, but I wouldn't go out of my way for it.
Yeah.
They do have a
Nothing's gonna pass your test, though.
No, I've already had things that passed my test. They do have a relish
I
there.
can't think of one.
I believe there's another hot dog that passed my test. in Westfield, Connecticut. But they do have, one of their other famous things is a relish, and usually relish is green, right? Mm-hmm. This was yellow, and it's made out of cabbage.
Ugh.
Yeah, and there's sort of a sweetness to it. It was pretty good.
Interesting.
I didn't hate it. The other thing I've always wanted to go to is another New Jersey thing that I saw on the Food Channel. Anthony Bourdain has been there. All the Food Channel guys have been there. It's called White Manna Burgers. White Manna Burgers is a place that has like sort of White Castle sliders. And you sort of sit there at like a table and they cook right in front of you. And I did that on my way home. Like that morning, I stopped and I had these burgers. And they passed the test. They were fantastic. I don't
think I've ever cared to watch someone make a burger for me though.
Yeah, that wasn't. I don't care.
That's never a selling point to me. But like, you want to do that? Go ahead. But
that wasn't. Yeah, I mean, you're not.
It's
really,
got to be good. I don't. It's just not adding to the experience.
I wouldn't say that was part of the experience. I'm just saying it's sort of like a diner style where that's where the seats were. It's a very very small place, and then they're cooking the burgers right there. And I thought they were fantastic.
Interesting.
Yeah. So those are my two today. One passes, one doesn't.
Okay.
But again, I enjoyed both of them. White Manna, I would go back to. Ruts, if I was in the area, I'd do it.
Can I ask you about a place?
Sure you can.
Have you tried the pinata place?
The pinata
No,
place?
the empanada place?
Again.
I knew it. I have, yeah. I have.
Now, this place is not something it's been hyped up where people say it's good. I wouldn't say it's
new place in Farmingdale?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hyped up, I think, around on like the Farmingdale Facebook community.
Yeah, like that's why I'm not going to sit here and act like it's one of those you better like super hyped, but I'm just curious, did you think
Here's
it was
what
good?
I'll tell you. I thought it was excellent, but I haven't been back. So I got it the one time, and I don't know if that's just I haven't, but I definitely plan on it.
I've been there a few times. I enjoyed it. I like it a lot. I wish they had some better sides.
I agree with that. I agree with the sides.
Well, most empanada places are like.
Well, no, they have a lot of shit, but they're not like sides. Like, I can't get an empanada and like just rice, and the rice that they do, it's like white rice.
Yeah, I don't care for rice as a side.
But I'm just saying, like I feel like that place should have like a rice and bean. I don't know. Maybe I didn't see it.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe
they
even
fries for the Americans that come in?
but they're
maybe even
fries from a place like that is
plantain.
gross. They do have plantains.
Oh,
they have the stuff, but it's not. I don't know. I didn't know the side choices.
They have a lot of good flavors. A lot of good combinations with. You know, I think I got a cheeseburger empanada.
I heard the cheeseburger is really good.
I thought that was delicious. Maybe there's a buffalo chicken. There's a bunch of different.
The new one's the chicken and cheese. They had a chicken one and a cheese one. Now they have a chicken and cheese. It's really good.
You would think that would be on the original menu. That took.
I
them
agree with
a
you.
few
The
months
fact that it took them an extra and it's new. It's like says new and it's chicken and cheese.
All right, here's my thoughts about this. I think the empanada place is gaining Farmingdale hype because it's a new style. Now we see empanadas around, but this is strictly just an empanada place, and they do it really well. So I think it's a new thing for a lot of different.
It sounds like they do American type of stuff in an empanada.
Yeah.
They don't stick to traditional empanadas. They do some wild stuff.
They do have those, but they
like
also
Bubba's. You ever go to Bubba's Burrito Bar?
Yeah.
Like they do burritos, but it's like it has nothing. It's like not Mexican or anything.
Right.
I
would say this place has a lot of authentic type food, but they do have a wide selection of empanadas.
And there's one I believe in Hillside, Queens. I pass all the time.
Oh, same.
That's been
place?
out. It's the same sign, so it's got to be the same.
No, it is. It's a chain. I don't know about chain, but
I think
more than one.
there's definitely one in Queens I passed for a while. But it's excellent, and now that you mention it again, I would definitely go back. But it wasn't like I was like I need to go right back there, but I will. Now that we're on food, can I mention something else?
Of course.
Because I found something that I think is incredible. And I've seen, all right, critics' views are kind of skewed, all right? Some people don't love it. Some people...
What is it?
There's a lot of hate. This is a place called Wonder. Have you heard of Wonder?
With a dumb,
Yeah.
with a O.
What a oh, what?
It's with an O, right? It's not Wonder with a W, or it
No,
is?
it's-
No, Wonder. W-O-N-D-E-R.
It's kind of like a big. It's like a big script W.
You've
and
seen
then
it.
Yeah.
Green.
I have never been there, but I've seen it around.
haven't seen it.
Yeah.
All right, so let me explain. Do you know the
I don't
whole idea
know. I
behind
don't.
it?
No, I think maybe I read something on it, but I don't remember.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Wonder is a place that I believe that chef Michael Simon, the bald guy from he was on the
Yeah.
he was on one of the food
He's on
shows.
Chopped a lot. Was
Maybe
it Judges on
Chopped. I
Chopped,
think he's like a restaurant guy.
Okay.
He's a likable guy. I've seen him on stuff. I think him and a few other chefs partnered with this place, and it's sort of like a new age food hall. And the idea is there's restaurants, like 7 or 8 restaurants maybe, different styles, and you can order on your phone, sort of like Uber. You can go pick it up, and they have like a barbecue place. They have a Bobby Flay's Steakhouse. They have a taco place. They have a kids restaurant, and you could basically mix and match everything. All right,
That's fun.
and it's really cool.
I love a food court. Like most food courts suck because the food there
But
sucks.
it's not. I say food court. It's when you go in there. It's like maybe a couple seats. It's very much like new age, like order online, but you can get like
Take
you're
it
out
to
of
go
food.
mostly.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I'm
It's-
just
it's
saying.
not
I
a
like
sit
the
down.
idea of a food court that you can go with a group of people and you can be like, all right, I'm gonna go over there. I'm gonna go over there. You go over there, and then just get your food
Yes.
and then eat. So it's like there's no like, what do you guys want to get? It's
Yes.
You go to
That
a food
is
court,
good.
but most food at a food court sucks. But this seems
But
like
this is very good.
You have
And
like actually good options for
so
food.
I got when I went there the first time, I got they have a Texas barbecue place. I think it's called
Texas
Tejas.
Burger.
No, I got the brisket. They give you like the slices of brisket, and I got, what did I get with it? I got.
Do
like
you
a
hate
little
talking about this stuff?
No,
man?
I mean I miss that, man.
Yeah,
I
I
miss
know,
meat,
I
but
apologize.
no, it's fine. I you know,
They have vegan options. They have a whole vegan restaurant, I believe.
if it's a new place, it seems like I would have vegan options. Yeah.
Yeah. But it was like, there's some good barbecue out here, but it's sort of hit or miss. It felt like it came in like the wrap, like it looked delicious.
They have burnt ends. Do they offer burnt ends?
I don't know. I
Burnt
do
ends
love
are
burnt
good.
ends, but I did take a picture of it. Like, it was very good. 3 different barbecue sauces, and they have a lot of like desserts. Like, they have Magnolia Bakery stuff on there.
Overrated.
See, that's the place I've never tried, and I want to try
It is. I mean, maybe it was good when they had one location. It was probably
I've never
great.
walked into a bakery where
It's-
I've been
it's
like,
been- it's
"Ooh,
definitely
I'm
been-
not a bakery guy.
But
It's
now you
definitely-
go to like
It's everywhere.
the Penn Station to get them, but now like they're
Yeah.
prepackaged. I'm like, so this is just shit. It's Hostess. You
I'm
might
just-
as well- might as well
it
get
is.
I'm not
Hostess.
like a pie or
You're not a sweet
a
guy.
pastry guy. Yeah,
You're more.
He's a sweet boy.
You know, it's funny. Yeah, it's funny. I delivered the Duck Donuts today, and not every time I deliver there, but a lot of times you deliver, they give me 6 donuts. I'm like, hey, some donuts, like it says on there. Mr. Truck Driver, and I ate one donut, and I was like, I may well bring them for the podcast. I'm like, they don't want donuts. Like, neither
Is
one
that
these guys
because
eat
of
donuts.
last week we talked about donuts, and I said I don't order donuts normally?
No, but you know.
If you
'Cause I
brought
would've
donuts, I
enjoyed
would
a
eat a
donut.
donut. But I'm not
Yeah,
telling you.
I just left them for the other drivers. I didn't take them
They're
home,
better
yeah.
for them.
Now,
Yeah.
what was were they fresh?
Yeah, they were fresh, but they're cake donuts, and I feel like that's not
It's too much.
I like
Yeah.
I like a yeast donut. So
Yeah. Yeah,
I'm not gonna it's not gonna do donuts 2 weeks in a row.
I kind
You
of
gotta-
agree with you with that. With
Yeah.
the cake donuts, they are like a little.
It's too much.
And
Yeah.
also, like, I'll just get cake with frosting on it. Like, it doesn't need to be circle with a hole in it. Like, it's just you're giving me cake with frosting on it.
Right,
It
right.
doesn't need to be in the.
I like me a real donut, like a donut,
Yeah.
like an
Yeah.
old-fashioned
Yeah,
donut.
like a Dunkin', like like
It's funny. I did.
I love it.
Soft
Like
and-
literally an old-fashioned donut to me is still one
Old
of-
fashioned is good. You can't go wrong. I
can't
like
go
a
wrong with
glazed.
it.
can't believe we're talking about donuts again.
I know.
Yeah.
Chick wasn't here last
I
week.
turned off 5 minutes because of your donut talk. I
And here you are bringing it back.
No, but I was just thinking, like, I do like, certain donuts, but
And you never picked back up, huh? You didn't listen last week?
no, I started and then I was like, I can't. I don't like podcasts.
not a
Whether it's
podcast.
ours or not, I just don't really like podcasts.
By the way, I got to mention this. I sent Chick last week when he couldn't make it.
Oh yeah,
Bust his chops a little bit, so I sent him a accidental text on purpose. One of those
Yeah.
situations.
Uh-huh.
And I sent him. I said, "What did I tell you? Should I find it?"
Yeah.
You made like you were sending it to somebody else.
Not you. He meant to say like he was sending it to you, but he sent to me.
Now, did you do anything to back up the fact that you were just fucking around?
Well, I'll tell you how it went.
He didn't really need to because it kind of went over. The joke went over my head.
It was Wednesday at 1:52. After he had told us that he can't make it.
Okay.
He did his famous line that he said multiple times, "You guys are gonna kill me."
Yeah.
But I have to, right? So I sent him this out of the blue.
Can I just say,
Yeah.
I want to respond to him. I think you're overestimating how much I care if you show up for the podcast. You guys are going to kill me, but I can't make it.
I know.
I mean, I know it's at the end of the day.
So I sent him, I go, I agree. It's gotten to that point. We have to cut him loose. I'll figure out a way to get rid of him. All right? I get a text right away. Right away, within a minute. Huh? Wait, did I miss something? And then I go in. I'm at work, so I'm like, I just put my phone down. Yeah. I came back. I had 5 missed calls. So, because he's like, what the hell's going on? I'm thinking he'd realize like, oh, maybe he meant to text us to Ryan.
Yeah.
I thought he was trying to fire you.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah. So he called.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, he thought I was trying. So I call him back, and he goes, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, "Oh, I meant to text that to Ron. I mean, hey, we got to talk." And then he realized he's ah. So yeah, I like to play games
That's funny.
with him.
That's fun. I like that.
But we didn't fire him.
No.
We didn't fire him. We can't fire him. He's the heart and soul. He's the Josh Hart of this podcast.
Josh Hart. I don't want to talk about the Knicks.
No, we won't talk about that next.
Yeah, it was rough, huh?
Yeah,
was
that wasn't good.
Yeah,
It was just, I mean, you don't want to talk about it, but...
No, I mean, listen, I was telling somebody, if we made it to the ECF before the season started and you asked me, is that a good season, I would have said yes.
Right.
The fact that they got there playing a team that I felt we were better than and then losing the way they lost,
rough.
It was a disappointing end.
Yeah, going into the playoffs, you said on the podcast, you said, like, yeah, they might make it past the first round, whatever, but your hopes were low. But, like, okay, then they kind of passed
when
the
they
first
beat
round.
Boston, I'm like, oh, wow.
The further they get, the more you go, like, holy shit, like, this might actually
happen.
be something.
Yeah.
And then just to let you down.
And then
like, just lose to Boston. And then that's that. Then you know, like,
if we would have lost to Boston, I wouldn't like expected.
Yeah, right.
And okay,
but they suck
then
getting
we
your
beat
hopes
them,
up,
and now you don't have to play Cleveland. So it's like, oh, we got home court against the Pacers. They beat us last year. We weren't healthy.
That game one was a killer.
That game one.
That was.
I've never.
That will go down as one of the worst.
Not one of it was the worst. It was worse than the 8 points in 7 seconds or whatever it was. Oh my god.
I think I had the game 6. Now I've been on every game. I've loved it, but game 6 fell on my my buddy's 50th birthday, the older guy, and we ended up going out for the game, and it's packed, right? And it was so many people, and I was with a bunch of old friends, so I barely saw the game.
Yeah.
Which is better. So like I woke up and I kept watching the score, but I wasn't like on every basket, and which I just woke up. I was all right. That's it. So it was
you weren't as invested. You were distracted by it.
I was distracted. So what do you got?
Like
going
Chick's
on?
distracted by the.
I had never seen that. Is that new?
I think it was here the last time you were here, which was a while back. Yeah,
See, I never really looked behind me,
at
but I love that.
The ghost face
I wish they had 9 of those, all of them.
They got ODB, they got RZA.
Where'd you find these?
I just see them at record stores.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I think those are the only ones I've seen. They have a couple other hip hop ones. They got.
Is that the only one you got?
Yeah. Yeah.
I
mean, he's if they had Method Man, he's my favorite, but second is, but maybe he's probably Ghostface.
I love that.
That's
right.
nice.
Well, sorry to completely.
Yeah. I gotta stop. Like I never was a collectible guy, and like now I'm seeing these things, and I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I'll get
You
that.
need like a man cave.
This
doesn't have to be a man
I would
cave.
never call it a man cave.
That's what I was just gonna say. I'm like, that's not something Ryan would call it, but you should have.
I want to
a
make
room.
an entire wall of shelves and then just put. I used to want to be a minimalist. My goal was to like have absolutely not like
As little
bare
as you
walls,
needed.
have nothing, and I've absolutely turned into a
You were
maximalist.
completely the opposite.
I'm a knick-knack guy. I go around buying stuff just to put. I want to fill every inch of everything with
Literally
something.
every wall is filled with stuff.
Yeah, I know. I was
Now I'm a maximum guy.
Monique got me that pigeon and that hourglass right there. I was like, because I
like that.
I was
like
looking
the
at him in a
pigeon.
store.
The
His head looks
hourglass
weird.
is, yeah.
Does his head look weird?
I could
Yeah.
take or leave the not.
I literally have like a list of things in my notes of like things I want from my shelves.
Oh yeah,
Like-
well tell us. Christmas is coming up soon.
Yeah. I want a bowling pin.
So Brian can get us gifts and we get him nothing.
Well,
again.
that's why we have to take mental note of this stuff.
Or maybe physical.
I wanna
notes,
get a
not
bowling pin.
mental.
A bowling pin.
Yeah,
that's
like
a
an
good
old
idea.
used bowling pin.
Oh,
I had the thing like I have those drawing things, those drawing figures. And I'm like, I always wanted one of them, so I went out and
Yeah.
bought one of those drawing figures.
You need one of those the things you could draw on with the two knobs.
Etch a sketch.
That's a sketch. Love those.
Yeah, you
Are
don't.
you
need
good
that.
at them?
No, I just like them. I
You
always,
remember? You ever hear the Ted
this?
Alexandro joke where he says he talks about how
Do you think he knows the Ted Alexandro joke?
How do you know?
Because you don't know who Ted Alexandro is.
I might.
You know.
Tell me the joke.
he's good. If
He's great, but
Yeah, for a while he was one of my favorite comics. Like he didn't ended up not. He doesn't put out a lot of stuff, but for a while when he was like really working, he was great. He used to joke about the cops on a bike. He goes, it's a little too recreational for me. Like and he was like the cops on a bike. He's like, what? He said something like, what's next? Pogo sticks, and he acted out like jumping down the street. Hey, you stop on a pogo stick. And then he said, the cop on a bike is equivalent to an etch-a-sketch artist is like the sketch artist. It's like the same thing. And he goes, and then he had, like he acts out you go like to the cop, and he goes, "Can you describe him?" And like, but he acts out drawing on an etch-a-sketch. And he's like, "He had a mustache." He goes, "You got to tell me." Yeah. And then he goes, "He wasn't going upstairs, perchance, was he?" Because it's everybody always draws just the stairs.
by the way, I think that's the only thing I've ever done on an etch a sketch.
Just draw stairs.
Because
Yeah.
that's the easiest thing.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Yo, there was people who were nice on those things.
Yeah, I wasn't one of them.
Yeah,
Never
you
good at
gotta
that.
have a lot of time. I know a girl who's
You do have
pretty
to
good
have
with
a
that.
lot of
Yeah,
time.
my first girlfriend was pretty good with
I
it.
just think I feel like some people who are naturally artistic with their could visual maybe like see it. And,
Who's got the time?
oh, I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You. Okay. Anything else?
No.
All right.
What were you going to say?
You got your eyes checked recently, right?
Yeah.
Because your new glasses. You did a full eye exam. Or you
Yes.
just Yeah.
No, I did a full exam.
All right. So when you went in, did you have a doctor? Was there a doctor on site that did it for you?
Yeah, I saw my what do they call them?
Optometrist?
Optometrist.
Yeah. Because I just went in to get my eyes checked. I do it every year.
Oh, okay, all right. I was wondering where we were going with this.
Yeah. But you went in, so you didn't go to I go to Vision Works. You went to like a
So
doctor?
no, I went to
Because you have like
I have
eyes.
a legit issue with my eyes, so I go to
you
an optometrist.
so I go to make an appointment, and one of my I
you
like
can go to an eyeglass place and just go into some. They're not really optometrists. They're I forget what they're called.
There's usually a doctor on site. There's
Warby
technicians.
Parker, you can do
Technicians.
Warby Parker. You can submit your prescription and buy glasses, but I don't know if
That,
they
right? I
have
think you can see a doctor.
doctor there. So I've always went to these. It was used to be called Davis Vision, and it
I
became
know
Vision
exactly.
Works.
Yeah.
And I would go in. They take the technician walks you through a couple of things where they blow the air in your eye, and then it's like all the things you put your chin on it. You put your chin on.
They always
Right.
wipe.
And there's
it
like
down
four
with the
machines,
little
and
thing.
they roll it down to this machine. And they got this one thing like that checks you for diabetes, and I'm always get scared with that one.
Which one is the one that checks you for diabetes? Is that the one
It's
with
the one
the?
that takes a picture of your eyes, like the
okay.
veins in your eyes.
Yeah.
And if the veins in your eyes are clear or like solid and not like frayed, then you're good. So I'm always like
That's a scary one. Yeah.
I'm always like I think I'm on the verge of getting diabetes.
There's always one that looks like an Atari game.
Yeah.
When they have the thing that
it's like a little house in the back,
yeah,
and it's like
and then they take
just
it
like,
far and yeah.
That's
yeah.
another famous Brian Regan bit where he goes.
Does he?
You go to the eye doctor, and they have that big thing they put.
Oh, I've
and he
seen
goes,
that.
Are these my glasses?
Yeah. And he puts that dumb face on.
Yeah.
I
And then
love
he goes, say when it gets clear, like when it gets clear, he goes, no, then. Because you're afraid of messing it up because you're going to walk out with, big Hubble telescope glasses. So they do that thing, and then you go to the room, and then usually the doctor sits down, and then they have the board, and they go to read the bottom line, and then they cover their eye over the thing, and they do that. So the doctor usually does all that. And I love it because I get ASMR over that. You know, like I get chills up and down my back.
Do you like when they do the when they change the thing?
Yeah.
That's the noise you're talking about?
Yeah, because it's
I
gentle.
love that noise.
They speak.
And I like
always,
how it's cold over
I
your
feel
nose.
like it's such a the eye doctor is such a comforting doctor.
Yeah.
You're in the dark.
They speak
you-
quietly.
and you see like
They
it's
touch
just-
you with a thing. Like they cover your eye gently. And they're like,
Yeah.
I'll cover that eye. And it's like I get
It
I get
is.
chills. I love it.
It's a really
It's
nice
one of life's.
experience.
It's one of life's.
Ryan's gonna come when he goes to the thing the next time. You know what I like? That big thing what they do the different prescriptions. How it's cold on your
Yeah,
face.
yeah.
It's one of the best feelings in the world.
Yeah.
You're like, can I just get one of these?
Yeah.
Just buy some metal and just put it in your
Put
face.
metal that outlines my nose.
Cool off my nose from me.
I saw a woman on TikTok yesterday telling that like people you should do this. It feels good to pinch your nose like this.
It doesn't feel
You
good.
guys do it immediately. I love it. Yeah. So she goes, if you squeeze that, if you roll like this, it really opens up your nose. So I'm looking at it like
Yeah,
an idiot,
it
just like
is.
you two. Like we're all idiots. We just like, yeah, I'll
Oh,
give
is
it a
this one
shot.
of those things where you go?
So I'm like, I don't know if I like this. I'll give it but I feel like I'm pinching my beard. It hurts my beard.
Well, that's what I
maybe
did
if you
too.
didn't have
I got a
maybe if
little
you didn't
part
have
of
a
my beard, my mustache.
it would feel good. So like open up your nose. So I'm like, I don't know, just grabbing my nose.
Yeah.
Well,
I
did you
think
see
the internet will make it do?
There's this new video I've been seeing on I don't know if it's Facebook or Instagram about the fix your deviated septum, that thing that clips onto your nose, and like as soon as people put it on, they
The
like
Band-Aid?
No, it's not. It's like a metal. It just looks like a metal thing that goes around your nose, like those Band-Aids, but it's like
breathe
metal.
right strip.
It basically it looks like a breathe right strip, but it's like metal. And
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
know. And all these people are raving about it. And then they show one person who's getting their deviated septum fixed by sticking their finger like all the way in and like, "Argh!"
Fix.
They're like, do you want to do this? And then it's the next one is them just putting it on.
Yeah. So I go to I'm sitting in the chair waiting for the doctor to come in, and it says, yeah, the doctor will be. But then I notice there's a huge TV on the screen and a little camera above it.
They're watching.
And then it says, it counts down. It says, your doctor will be here shortly. And then it comes up on the screen. And there's a technician. First there was another technician, and she walks me to a couple of things. She goes, hi, I'm Monique. And I was like, hey, that's my... I didn't.
Monique's going to be playing this role later.
You all gonna buy one of those things?
Yeah. So it's all virtual, and then they leave and start.
Oh, the doctor came on virtual.
It's all virtual.
Oh, my
There's no
God.
doctor in the room. The
Was it even
technician's
a
there to
real
just like
doctor?
roll the thing over your back over your eyes, and then the doctor checks over the pictures because then they take pictures of the back of your eye, the front of your eye. Then he just assesses. Goes, oh, your eyes look good, they look healthy. But there's nobody in the room. There's no soft talking. There's no little touch. There's no this that. I'm like, I lost one of my life's
Yeah.
good.
You got to
little
go to a real
pressures.
place.
Yeah.
You
One
just
of your
need to go to a
favorite.
real place for the experience.
Yeah, you don't want that's one of those experiences that you want in person. It's
Yeah.
a good.
Well, so this goes to what
What's
I was
gonna
going
be
to
next?
say
A dentist,
earlier.
virtual dentist, where
Well,
they just
I don't even trust if that's a real person.
That's what I was going to say.
Like
Is
if
this
it's AI.
Look at you.
definitely
Just an
not
AI. No, I
yeah.
know, but
How
what
many
I'm
water
saying
bottles?
is, so the reason why I say this,
How many water bottles?
I look at a video today that no reason to make it AI. It's literally a coach talking to these two big Russian, look like female rugby players, but they were like big girls, and it's like the video's so stupid that there's no reason to fake it. I don't understand the purpose, but I look at it. And I'm like, oh, shit, look at these. So I was showing the guy next to me who I work with because I'm, like, kind of training him, but they're younger. And right away, he's like, oh, that's AI. I said, wait, how could you tell that's AI? So I feel like this younger generation.
Oh, he had 8 fingers, chick.
No, the guy's, he pointed out to a couple things that one of them I still don't kind of see what he was saying. But there was a couple things that I did get. But I just feel like there's people who know AI and they see it, right
Yeah.
away. There's a whole lot more of us who see a ton of AI and have no fucking idea it's AI. That's what's really scary about it.
Yeah.
Like if you don't know what to look for, or you're not used to using it.
What were his signs that it was AI?
So like one of them was the person's muscle was weird, or how their hand was moving, like it just looked.
Yeah.
And then when I saw it, I was like, oh, I could see
It's
that.
usually in the hands.
But one of them was like a ripple on the clothes that was like
Okay.
it was like rolling. But I thought the person was big and they were like moving, so I just assumed it was the shirt moving with
And like
them.
you said, if it wasn't a video, It wasn't some crazy thing that was happening. Somebody
It,
jumping
it
off
was
of a
such
building.
a
you know.
normal
Yeah,
video
yeah.
that like I wouldn't have even thought like why even AI it. So then I always go to the comments. That's my new thing now. Is anything I see, I go to the comments because usually somebody's gonna be like, "This is AI." So that's kind of how I look at a lot of things now. But like it's scary.
It might have been a real video that somebody just put into AI to like clean it up a little bit.
It might exactly, and that's what. But even then,
so-
But to my whole thing is, I could not tell that at all. I would have never, if he didn't mention that, I would have never thought it.
I feel like we were trained in a slight way for AI because I remember like the MySpace days, or when people were first getting filters, and you'd always see like those pictures of like guys would try to make their muscles bigger, and they'd like zoom it out, but then they were all like zipped up in another way, or women would do something with their face.
Yeah, it was
They'd be like,
Photoshop.
all that Photoshop stuff. So like I remember looking for that stuff, but now this is a whole different level.
Yeah, you'd always look for the women. You'd have to look at the background.
Yeah,
because it would be like if there was any like straight lines,
There would be-
they would be curved because they would curve in their body.
right.
But the other thing was, like a Photoshop to me is easier to like. Photoshop work is even when it's done great, you could tell it's Photoshop.
That's like kindergarten class, but now
No,
we're
it's not that it's kindergarten.
It used to be, yeah.
it's-
Now it's
But now
There's
now,
some excellent Photoshop where you can't really
There
tell.
is.
But what I'm saying is, to me, I could pick up on Photoshop. I can on AI. It's so real looking.
But
to
I think
me. I'm
eventually you will. I think
I don't know. We'll
it'll
see.
get more.
also. I think you're just saying that because when you've noticed bad Photoshop, but you've probably have seen Photoshop and not picked up on it. You just don't know that you didn't pick up on
You're
it
right.
because that you.
It's true.
Sure.
It could be.
That's like why I always say, like, why does anybody bother getting a wig? Like, any men? Because, you always know. But I'm like, well, you know when you know. But maybe there's good wigs out
There's
there
plenty
that
of
you
guys
just
wearing
don't,
wigs we
that you don't know
can't
because they
tell.
might be really
Nah,
good.
I know all the time.
Yeah.
I saw a wig on Mother's Day.
Stop it.
I saw a wig. I swear to God, there was a guy singing Sinatra in the lobby. Of
Yeah,
the
but
place.
that's picking up on, like he's saying, the people that you don't think are wearing one that are the people.
I
is what
get
I'm
it.
telling you. No,
but
you don't.
No, but I'll see somebody eating steak too. Like I see all the guys.
Yeah, you
That's-
see the bad ones.
Yeah,
I
I'm
do
saying
see
there
the
might
ba-
be good ones that you
No,
just.
you see the guys with the hair transplant stuff.
You're
but I'm
missing
saying,
what
but
he's
but
saying.
you would
bro.
not know if it was somebody had a great wig, but
Oh,
they
yeah,
have
no,
they have
no.
the ones that stick to the head and they fold over and like there's like a line that maybe if you got up really close and looked at over somebody's head, you'd be like, yeah, I can see the line.
I think you're underestimating how much I look at hair.
No, I think you're underestimating how good some of them can be.
I get they're great, but I've seen a lot that are like, oh, that's really good work. I can
but
tell.
you can't tell if you can't tell. Is his whole point? Like you're
I don't.
missing it.
No, I honestly, I'm pushing back. I've never been fooled.
But you
Shut
don't
the
know that.
Fuck up.
The whole point is that you don't know that. The whole point I'm saying
I've never been fooled.
if somebody gives you something that's fake, anything that's fake, and you don't pick up that, and sometimes you pick up that it's fake, and sometimes you don't. It's because they fooled you.
Exactly.
And you're never gonna pick up on if you get
Right,
fooled, you got fooled.
I understand what you're
It
saying.
doesn't mean that it was real.
I just refuse to believe I've ever been fooled. I know hair.
But you're thinking about the wigs that like where you can see like where it's just like a big bulky
You're
thing
wrong.
over here.
There's people who wear wigs that are implanted wigs. It's like implanted.
And by the way, I want to go back. What you're thinking with the hair transplant? What
I'm thinking, I'm just thinking
No.
that there's people who do a good job enough that you can't see.
No. You ever
Don't tell me what I'm thinking.
You ever see a bald guy that had a hair transplant?
No.
That didn't.
I don't know. Maybe.
All right.
I might have.
I'm going to tell you what to look for. I'm going to tell you both what to look for.
Shut up.
You see a bald guy, and they have stitches.
And then he's not and then he's got hair the next week.
no, he
got
doesn't have hair. No,
That's an old Sinbad joke.
no.
So you didn't have hair on Wednesday.
But you have hair on Friday.
Yeah.
I want you guys to look out for this stuff because these are people I don't
Yeah,
respect.
because they take it from here. Right?
Yes, so you'll see an ever so slight scar. It almost looks like there's a little hairline back there. All right, and it goes right back
Again,
on
but
the
those
bottom of the
people
crown.
you could tell, and that's why we're saying
You
those
wouldn't
are
be
bad.
able. You might.
Oh, only you can tell.
This is a guy that doesn't have hair. This is a bald guy like you and I.
I get what you're saying.
I've never been fooled. That's all I'm gonna say. All right. I
I know for a
I
fact
think
you've
that
been. Just
the
like you
hair
have a
plugs
peanut
or
allergy.
the transplants are easier to pick up than maybe like a
Yeah, but
really,
I'm not
a
talking
really
about
good
transplant
wig.
with hair. I'm talking about the hair transplant that went wrong, that has a scar. I always look at those guys.
Just like you're allergic to
Well, what about the
peanuts.
one? What about
Your
the really good
credibility
ones?
is
Peanuts.
shot.
I'm not allergic to peanuts.
Oh, it's cashews.
What about the
And
really good
walnuts.
ones? Do you
Walnuts.
hair transplants?
What?
Do you think you can pick up on a really good hair
I
transplant?
honestly do. I would.
But not by the front though. Just by the. Do you think you can tell when it's been filled in a little
Ryan,
bit?
if you got 3 people in here, one with a hair transplant or one with the best, you can't tell, and 2 regular guys, I promise you I would know.
There's a
promise you.
comic that I think you know, who I think recently just got hair plugs,
Okay.
and I'm curious. I want to.
If I've run into him recently.
But now he's gonna think everybody does.
No,
so
that's
he's
not
gonna
true.
be like, "No, I know it.
That's
I
not
know
true.
it. Yeah, you will. I know you."
That's not true.
We'll
You
talk
can't
about it
admit
after
We'll
the
talk
podcast.
about it after, and I'll let you know if I've been fooled. I will be honest.
No, because as soon as you tell him who it is, he's gonna be like, "Oh, I knew that." Even if he didn't, there's no way you could win
I will give you a
because
name.
B's not an honest guy.
You give me a name. What?
I will-
You have somebody in mind right now? That
Yeah,
you're
I
thinking
do
of?
have somebody in mind.
Have they recently started posting a lot on Instagram?
I don't notice. I don't
like,
notice Instagram.
Out of the water, out of the pool.
But I will give you a name, and you tell me if I'm right.
Okay.
That's the only one I could think of. All right, but
Like a local guy. Not
Yeah,
like
yeah.
yeah.
yeah, this is a guy we know.
Yeah.
Right. All right.
Who?
He just says who.
We're not telling it on the
Who
podcast.
cares? The guy obviously knows everybody knows.
He doesn't, because I talked to another comic, and when he saw him, he goes, "Hey, nice hair plugs." And the guy's like, "Oh, I don't know what you're talking about." He's like, "Come on."
It bothers me when people really think they fool somebody.
I know.
But
it
this
does
guy,
bother me.
I used to see videos, and I would look at him like, he's wearing a fucking wig. This guy, because like it was the same thing. Like it was like he was like trying to make it. It was like far back. Like he didn't want to go too far.
I
Where it
hate
was just like
people
it was like
that
down
are
here,
insecure
Yeah.
about their hair.
and but it was like hanging over his head. It was like
Oh.
it was like a awning of hair, and I was like, oh my god, he's wearing a wig.
People who think of holding on to the hair as long
It's
as you
not a good
can,
look.
it's not just like you're a fucking insecure loser.
Get rid of it.
Yeah, get rid of it.
Look at us. Look
Get
at
rid
us.
of it, or just let it
Listen, I
naturally
wish
go.
I had hair too. I would probably shave my head because I prefer to have a shaved head. I like this look anyway. But I would like the option to occasionally
Yeah,
have
so
hair.
would I. I always say that as much as I'm used
right.
to.
But I
want
don't
the
have the
option.
option.
Yeah,
We
so
all
fucking
want the
deal
And
with
I've thought, and I briefly thought, like, I don't know, maybe a good wig would work, or maybe
No,
like.
it
But I'm like, it's never
It's never
worked.
been it's never even close to
it
an
never-
option.
no.
Hair plugs, wigs was never an option to me. To me, when you lose your hair,
I think some of the
fucking
hair
deal
plugs
with
I
it.
think look pretty good, like, but you have to pay a lot of money, and you gotta. It's a lot of.
Let me ask you guys a question. If we get a sponsor for the first time ever tomorrow, and they're like, we're going to send all 3 of you to Turkey,
Yeah.
we do it,
I would.
right?
Yeah, if you want
We
to pay
do
for it,
it.
I would do it. Yeah.
Somebody pays
I
for us.
wouldn't.
Yeah.
You wouldn't do
No.
it? Check, you would be
Everybody
hilarious.
knows I'm bald now. I can't come back with hair.
Yeah, but
Yeah, but I wouldn't be. What bothers me is people who keep it a secret. I would be like, I'm going to Turkey for the hair.
this
for
would
the
be,
hair
this
plug.
would be something this is a podcast thing. Like we like Barstool.
You just don't
did
lie
this.
about it. That's
Yeah.
all. You're saying like, oh, everyone knows I'm bald. Yeah, if you're gonna keep it a secret, I wouldn't be. I'm like, I'm going to like Mateo Lane is very open about.
But
Yeah.
you
He's like,
can't
I
just
went-
come back. Like I couldn't, after 15 years of being bald, even if I wanted to hide it, come back with a set of hair and be like, "Oh, I just grew it out."
You
Yeah,
wouldn't
but you
hide
wouldn't.
it. We're talking about you're talking about hiding it. I'm saying don't hide it. Come back and say like, yeah, I just got back from Turkey.
Oh
I got
no,
my
I
hand
still
implant.
wouldn't do it. I just don't want it. I
Yeah.
don't want
You
fake
don't want
hair.
it.
But there's no
I
reason
want
to
it.
be.
I want it to be real or
Well, it is
not.
real. It is real.
No,
hair.
but I mean, I want it to be my natural.
What
growth.
bothers me about this comic is he's acting like he didn't get hair. Like just
That's
be
the
like just be,
problem.
like you're supposed to be. A comic's just supposed to be married to the truth and honesty.
tell all your flaws. All right.
That's what you're supposed to do as a comic. You're not supposed to hide from shit. Like, that's what a good comic does.
Mm-hmm.
So if your comic is out there like, I don't know what you're talking about hair plugs, we can all say it.
we all know.
we all know.
We all know.
and
And,
it's
your
worse,
comic.
and it's
I-
worse that you're denying it.
Yeah, and a comic superhero, a superpower, is that you can talk about embarrassing shit.
Yes.
That's like
You can say anything.
You're wasting the
joke.
You're wasting being a comedian.
Everything
That
on
could
hiding
be a
something.
15-minute bit
Yeah.
on coming back on your trip. They're getting fucking hair
Exactly.
plugs.
I tell everything. I just bought a teddy bear. Okay. I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't know what that's.
I know.
about.
I just got peed on for the first time. I
There you
loved
go.
it.
See. Come on.
This is what being a comic is all about.
You tell people your flaws. Otherwise,
You liked it?
Yeah.
He didn't get enough from the fucking optometrist. He needed a piston.
You're not related at all.
Yeah.
What is that? Where's that done in? Like on the like in
It's
the
gotta be the
bathroom?
shower, right?
I need to know a little more
Yeah.
if we can. You can't just
Yeah.
throw that in there and expect
I don't have
me
any problem talking about it, but
Okay.
there's another person involved. I'll check with them to see how much they want
Right,
me to
right.
talk about it, and then
But you enjoyed it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
of
did.
course.
Interesting.
Yeah, it did.
It had to be.
I
the
have
shower.
so many questions that I can't ask you.
Yeah.
If it's not the shower, then I think you're an animal. To be honest.
We'll talk about it.
All right.
Well, we'll see. I'll see if I can talk about it.
I
and
don't
then we'll
mind
talk
if it
about
wasn't done in the shower, if there was proper.
Yeah.
I'll say, but I'll say one more thing. If you do that much work, if you're laying out stuff beforehand,
Just lay out a tarp.
just lay out a tarp.
Yeah.
How often do you just
Or
like
just
let's lay out
something.
a
It is
tarp?
so funny to do anything sexual that requires either a setup or a cleanup.
Yeah,
Because-
exactly.
And I forget who it was. Another I wanted to do something with all these. I have all these stand up references. Me and Neil tried to do a podcast where we just have conversations, and we would always talk about, oh, that's like this guy's joke. That's
Yeah.
it. And we wanted to do a show where we would cut to that joke, where we would have a conversation. And I have all day. I think oh, that's like this guy's joke. I want to do something with that. Anyway, there's a joke. Some comic used to do a joke about when you're putting sex toys in the dishwasher, you feel really silly. Now the sexual energy is gone, and now you're just cleaning up sex toys. And you feel
Yeah.
really you're just like.
Well, it's like cleaning it at the end. It's like, oh, that was fun. Huh?
Yeah.
Like I could see the laying out the tarp. It's like this is gonna be exciting.
Yeah.
All right, what are we gonna? But then
when you're looking at it and you're like,
You're like,
well,
oh,
I guess we
right.
got to clean this up.
now we have
And all that perverted energy has left your body.
Yeah, it's gone.
And now you're just looking at it like, what the fuck have I done?
I am such a filthy.
Yeah,
bot.
I am. Something's wrong, man.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
I like when he
Very
just throws things in. Like we're not supposed to pick up on that.
well, but it's like this comic should be talking about.
I agree.
Mateo Lane talks in his
Yeah.
bit about going to get hair plugs. Like, this is material. This is great to
Yeah,
do.
I know. I know a comic that got hair plugs. It became very successful.
I would love
and
to
just
bring
got
this
hair
comic
plugs.
on and
Talks
call
about
him out.
Sebastian
about it.
Maniscalco talks about going to get hair
does,
plugs.
yeah.
Like Anthony Cumia, before he was a racist, he used to talk about.
He did it.
He used to talk about
I think
there's
that,
nothing-
Yeah, that's the king.
just don't run for
There's a
anything you
comic I
do.
started with that is very successful now, and he got hair plugs, and it's part of his act now.
And it's not even embarrassed. Why are you getting embarrassed about?
It's not embarrassing.
Like, if you're a guy who's is known for having hair and you want to keep your hair, go get your hair plugs.
Well, I told you what I do when I see people that I know that have a wig or some sort of
We
apparatus.
don't do anything.
Is I always take off, if I'm wearing a hat, I take off my hat just to let them know I'm proud.
Yeah.
I let them know I'm proud.
Yeah.
All right. And I'm sure they don't pick up on it, but I look at them I want to make them feel bad.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe that's something wrong with me, right?
No,
but
there's not.
that's
I
good.
agree with
like
you.
that.
but
That's
I
good.
just want to be
Yeah.
I'm look, I used to be young, I'm young and spry. I could pull it off. You can't.
Yeah. How many hats you think you have?
Oh, hundreds.
Hundreds?
No, I wouldn't. No, not hundreds, because I get rid of some.
I got a ton
But
of hats.
I'll
I just
buy-
don't wear them like I used to.
I'll say this: I bought a hat. I buy a hat every year in Fire Island from my favorite place.
Paul
And I-
Surf Shack?
It wasn't this. This is a Rockaway Beach place. But I bought I recently just bought 2 hats, and I think that's it for the summer because you can't have too much.
Yeah, well, you look good in a hat, and you look good in different types of hats, different styles of hats, different
Some
shapes,
some
different shaped
don't
ball
really
hats.
work for me.
I'm
at all.
very particular about a baseball cap.
Yeah.
I have a very narrow window, so
No,
you wear those are cool. You have a lot of cool hats.
But I have a lot that I bought, and I have to be careful if I buy something online because some of them just don't work.
Yeah.
They just don't work with your head.
But do you like even just having the collection at home of a hat?
I do because I like
So-
a hat. I just like a hat. I like to accessorize.
See, I don't like the collection if it's not something that I can wear if I wanted. Like,
Yeah.
I won't collect the hat just, oh, this is the hat I have.
No, I don't collect it to
No,
not wear.
no. I'm saying, like, if I have a hat and it doesn't fit
That's
me
what I was
right
asking.
away,
If you buy a hat online and it doesn't look good on you, are you still like, well, at least it's on the
No,
shelf?
no.
You don't.
It pisses me off. I bought a hat.
If it's not a hat, you can grab and wear. You know.
I bought a winter hat that I was like, it was more money than I wanted to pay, and it didn't fit me well, and it automatically bothered me.
Yeah.
And I have something on the way. There's a brand I really like called Faraday, Fahrety. Have you heard of it? They're expensive, but I like the clothing. And they did a collaboration with Jalen Brunson of the Knicks, and they put out Jalen Brunson has a hat with them, and I'm like, oh, it's one of my favorite clothing companies with one of my favorite basketball players. So of course I bought the hat. Hat was like $60, all right, and I bought it online. I don't know how it's gonna look on me.
That's a big buy without knowing.
It is, and I'm a little worried. I also bought a Bethpage Black hat for the Ryder Cup. So yeah, I bought 2, and that's it for the summer. Because you can't have too much. But I bought what I think, and hopefully both of them are a match.
I pretty much have 3 hats that I'll wear.
You're not
now.
a hat guy.
I used to be. I'm not as much as
I'd like to start showcasing them. I'd like you to start bringing them in and be like, let's have a little backstory. Bee's hat of the week.
I do try to wear a different hat.
I'll beat your hat every week.
What?
I'll beat your hat with a nicer hat every week.
There's no way in hell that
Just because you have stupid things on yours, my hats are nicer.
All right, we'll bring one in next week.
I'll bring every week. You tell me you're
You
bringing
see
one.
the
I'm
story
bringing
about the
one.
teacher this year who wore a different pair of sneakers to school every day of the year?
That's crazy.
He went to school every day with a different pair of sneakers.
That's hard. That's
It's
expensive.
a lot of sneakers.
That's how many school days in a year? 180 or something like
I
that?
don't know.
Yeah, how many are there?
Yeah.
I think it's like 180.
And he did a video.
I could be completely
He did a video
wrong.
with his feet up on his desk, and he took a picture of his shoes every day. And he
Where do you keep all
did a
that?
time lapse. I don't know.
Because
How
I have
many
a
days
lot
in
of
school
sneakers
year?
as well, and it's like my closet is.
I wouldn't be
packed.
surprised if he did something where it was like a rent a shoe.
Or borrow, like trade,
Yeah.
trade
Yeah,
with
that's
different
that.
people.
Yeah, I feel like you have to.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you got to buy storage for your shoes.
I mean, it's
right?
not, you could
Some
put it all
people
in
do
a
have
closet.
hundreds of sneakers.
You just throw it in a closet.
Yeah.
I don't have that type of space.
Yo, I was right. I knew it. Most states in the U.S. require around 180 days of school in a year.
Wow.
I don't know how I knew that number. It just stuck out to me.
You know
There it
why?
is.
You know it? Because
You were in school for 14 years?
no, because you liked your school year. Like you feel like
I enjoyed school in high school
Yeah.
for sure. But I still don't enjoy
I
it to
stopped
the
myself
point...
from saying you peaked in high school. Is what
I
wanted
did.
to
You
say.
could have said that. I did peak in high
So
school.
I feel like you think a lot about school and the school year.
It's not... I wouldn't say that, though. I really wouldn't.
Do you think so?
There was 180 days of my life that were golden.
Yeah.
That was 365 days of shit.
Fuck you. There's the name of this episode, 365 Days of Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, we're good.
Guys, if you made it this far,
Yeah, like, subscribe, laugh, listen.
I had fun with you guys this week. This was a lot, Chick.
Yeah, I'm going
Good to have
away
you
on
back.
Thursday.
You're going
No,
away?
where you going?
Yeah.
I'll be back by Monday, so I'll be
All right,
fine
where you going,
next
though,
week.
still?
I'm going to St. Thomas.
Oh, nice.
Love it. You're
Yeah.
going to have a great time.
We'll see.
What are you going to bring us back? I'm
I have nothing.
I'm kidding. You don't have to
You're
bring
not
us
getting anything back. I'm barely going to be...
I didn't bring anything back from Florida for you guys.
Yeah, good.
I noticed.
I looked briefly, but I was like, I didn't see anything that really was
if
like.
you see something, yeah.
If you see something, say something.
And I'm seeing something. All right, guys.
All right.
We'll see you next week.
Peace.
Bye.